Hey, good morning. So, starting off this walk, just dropped my daughter off at school, got back home, and now I'm going for a walk, my morning walk, as I leave my pity party of 5 years behind me, and I'm on my journey to become more healthy. Hi, my name is David, and today we just have a simple conversation about the book that's called Stay Off My Operating Table by Dr. Ovidia. I hope I said that name right. So this is a really strong book. He wrote this. He's a heart surgeon. He's got over 3,000 operations under his belt. And in the opening of it, it's really strong, because he talks about this one lady that was like in her late 30s or something, that had a busted aorta, and that's what actually how my mom passed away. And they're very hard to save because you basically bleed internally, or it bubbles up in the vein and doesn't go to the organs. So it kind of hit home. Now, Dr. Ovidia, you might see him on YouTube if you search. He's been on a lot of interviews and stuff. His goal is to make his job as a heart surgeon obsolete. So, beautiful day. I'm so grateful that I get to go on these morning walks, and that I'm doing something about my health. So, some key points on this is, that I wanted to go over, is that he talks about metabolic health. And that's, your metabolism is basically the key to prevent chronic disease and early death. I'm reading that off of this summary here. Wow. Yeah, that's straight to the point. And he also talks about how the health industry is not really designed to cure people. And there's a whole lot of myths and lies that are perpetually reinforced or pushed out there that just aren't true anymore. And then he talks about how this poor metabolic health is actually an epidemic. And there was a study done, I think he mentions, at the University of North Carolina, where it says like 88% or something like that of Americans have poor metabolic health. And that's insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, all that stuff. So when you look at all this stuff, you can see why, and high blood pressure is also in there, if I didn't say that. It's you just get a pill for this when you go see the doctor. They give you a pill for blood pressure, they give you a pill for to lose weight, or nowadays they give you a shot to lose weight. They give you a statin for your cholesterol, but they don't look at the root cause. I have plaque buildup in my arteries. I have high triglycerides. I'm working on getting those down. I have a fatty liver. because I was overweight. Now I'm getting down there, but I'm not finished. So I want to get rid of that visceral fat. And the good thing is that fatty liver can be cured. Type 2 diabetes can be cured. Sleep apnea. I mean, before we never heard of this. Alzheimer's, dementia. You didn't even know anybody before that had that. Now I'm sure you guys can know a couple of people that have that in your family and close circle of friends. So it's crazy. So when he talks about this in his book, and he says, well, he wanted to figure out what's going on. Why is it that big food and the government and stuff, they're telling us that we should be eating mostly grains, vegetable oils, and not meat, and not animal fat, and we just get more and more obese, and we have more and more heart attacks or heart events. And he says, well, he went to a seminar given by Mr. Todd, Gary Todd, I believe. You can search him up in YouTube. He talks about the dangers of sugar and everything. So when you look at this stuff, like how bad sugar is for you, and they've been trying to push that off, saying it's not. Eggs, eating the yolk of eggs is bad for you. It's going to give you a heart attack. Well, that's not true. Eggs are nutrient bombs. So you should, do the research. Read this book. I mean, he talks about, looking at the different markers for your metabolic health, your waist circumference, blood pressure, HDL, triglycerides, and things like this. Now, some of the things when it comes to like HDLs and stuff, and triglycerides. Triglycerides are the hard part. The HDLs and the LDLs and stuff. You have to. He talks about those, and he talks about the dense particles and how those are the ones that do that. That can pass the arterial walls and form that plaque buildup, along with some other stuff. And then how insulin resistance and inflammation plays a big part in the body. Got a lot of traffic and stuff. So it's a really good book. I'm listening to it too. I got it in audiobooks. I've got to figure out how to put the link to these books and the other books that I read for you guys to look at. And then, when you look at the food industry, and they just perpetuate these harmful myths about nutrition and everything. They want to sell the food that keeps you hungry every hour. They want you to eat. I think it's over like 20 some odd times a day that people will eat and snack. That's ridiculous. So, it's, sorry. There we go. Got a lot of traffic here, so these companies are all profiting from this. The more they can get you to eat and buy their products, the more money they make. And I have nothing wrong with a business making money, but when they put in they put in all these addictive things, sugars, high fructose corn syrup, these seed oils and everything, all canola oil and stuff like that, all designed to keep you hungry and keep you eating. And we're more sedentary than we were before, and so you're going to gain weight, and that is going to cause an imbalance in your body. And our bodies are pretty incredible, but they can only do so much. They're not used to eating like this. So he then goes on to talks about the different diets. Now he believes in the carnivore diet. He's eliminated all sugars, all carbs, breads, cereals, wheats, rice, potatoes. He doesn't eat any of that anymore. He lost over 100 pounds because he had that talk with the doctor because he was obese. So, coming from a heart surgeon, and he gives all the information that backs it up, I highly recommend this book, either audio or paperback, or whichever one you want to get. So he talks about this, and then how it also plays hand in hand with Big Pharma, because Big Pharma, everybody knows that none of their medicine is designed to cure you. It's only designed to mask the symptoms, because if they cure you, they lose a client or a patient. So yeah, they're designed just to mask the symptoms. And the doctors are pushed on this. The information the doctors get are mostly from the studies that the Big Pharma pays for, that are, could be biased. You think? Also, you notice that the LDL for high cholesterol levels keep getting lower and lower, and now they're wanting to put kids on statins. That's just ridiculous. Now, I think parents should talk to kids and be examples to be more healthy. Get off of the SAD diet. Sorry about, I'm not holding this right. I'm just thinking as I'm walking. Let me turn this around so you guys can see where I'm going. Oops. Helps if I take the mask off. There we go. All right. So, you look at this, and as a parent, you should be setting the example to get off the SAD diet, the standard American diet, because you want to be around for your kids, and you want to teach them to eat right and be healthy. We all have those family friends where the parents are overweight. They suffer from high blood pressure, high cholesterol. They're not getting along. They go out and eat. They have the huge bellies, and they're just overweight. Some might try to go to the gym, but they seem not to be doing anything. And then you look at their kids. The kids are eating nothing but fast food, macaroni and cheese, and all this bad stuff. And they're like double the size of their parents. Oh, he's getting a bug. Got it. Good job. So you look at them, and then you're like, oh my goodness. But we've all got those. Before, for older folks like me, I'm 59. I know I look 80. But that's my cool Viking beard. Back in the 60s and 70s, even into the 80s, everybody was skinny. It was rare to see a chubby kid at school. Of course, Walmart didn't exist back then. But I went to Walmart to pick up some stuff yesterday, and I was like, everybody here, except for a couple of people, are super obese. And I saw a young guy that must have been over 350 pounds riding, those scooter shopping carts. Now, I walk with a cane, as you can see in my shadow here. I don't like using those. I'll use those if I had a really long day and my foot hurts or my back hurts. But I don't like using them. I'd rather walk. But this guy he couldn't have been more than in his early 30s, if not his late 20s. And it's sad. But nobody cares. Nobody is going to help them. That's why a book like this is really good. Let's see. So some other points is that these myths, like low-fat diets, are heart healthy. He talks about that. He talks about cholesterol as the primary cause of heart disease. He talks about how these are myths that keep being pushed by doctors and big farm and big food. Calories in, calories out is the only factor in weight loss. That's not true. You heard me talk about that a lot. And then whole grains should be the base of your diet. Whole grains, really? No, that's been proven wrong. The whole food pyramid should be reversed. Your animal meat should be your mainstay of your diet. Protein, and then also animal fat. And that's pretty much it. But you can do a little bit of the other. You can do keto and stuff. So vegetable oils are healthier than animal fats. Oh my goodness, that's just garbage. Seed oils, vegetable oils, that's just the worst thing you can do. Most of it, they've already proven that most of it's all rancid, and it's just not healthy for you. So these are all myths. Dr. Ken Berry did a book also. It's like Lies My Doctor Told Me, or Tell Me, and he talks about this too. Been a lot of traffic today. Keep saying that, don't I? Butterfly. If you can see it flying. It's going to land on the plant there. Zoom in. So this is why there's another book. He talks about this inflammation, this insulin resistance, and these myths, and how you can, they've been debunked, and how if you do pretty much the opposite of what the sad standard American diet says, that you will actually become healthier and you have less of a chance of ending up on his operating table. So and the other thing is, the last thing I'll talk about in this that he goes over is how eating real food is your best bet. And that should be your foundation of your good health. So he eats a carnivore diet as well. But he says you can also do it with a clean keto and stuff, but it's mainly that. So I was listening to this book, and like usually when I drop off my daughter from school, I've got another half an hour ride back, or 20 minutes ride back. And so I always put in a audiobook to listen to. That's how I was able to do 60 books in 1 year with that, instead of doing 52 books. So I listened to 60 books 1 year of all kinds of mix of finance books, health books and stuff. So I'm doing that. I do that as just a normal thing now. This bus coming here. But so check it out. Check it out on audio. Get the the book on Amazon or whatever, if I can get the links. I'll put them down below in the description. You guys have a blessed day. All right, take care.